number 2 will be introduced by Melissa Parenson, an editor and freelance tech writer. She's worked at many national publications, including PC World. Ladies and gentlemen, Melissa.
So we all have one of these in our pockets. I'm willing to bet some of us have even more than one device that's capturing video. As a matter of fact, I think I see several of them up there right now. So we're living in a very visual time. We're all capturing video, be it with our phones, our tablets, cameras, take your pick. The problem is, what do you do with all that video? How do you organize it? How do you get it from that raw video into something that's really usable and compelling that everybody can enjoy? So that's what our next candidate here will be telling us about, because VidMob is trying to solve that problem. So Alex Colmer, the founder of VidMob, is going to show us how this service, which is an app on iOS and Android, can help you take that video and then connect you with professional videographers that are will bid on your project and are going to help you turn that into something that will be really compelling and really useful. So with that, let's bring on Alex Colmer.
Thank you, Melissa. Do I click to advance it? Thank you. So I'm going to talk. Can we get the presentation up? So I'm going to talk a little bit about mobile video. We've got beautiful slides that you can just imagine would be there. All right, so the bottom line is that we're entering what we view as the third communication era. We went through tens of thousands of years with oral communication dominating, and for the last 500 years we've lived in a primarily written and more recently static image-based world. But today, much of that communications is changing. We're rapidly moving into a world where video communication dominates. Everywhere we look, we see screens. There's video screens when we walk down the aisles in Walmart. There's video screens when we pump gas at gas stations. And increasingly, there are video screens in every one of our Facebook feeds. In fact, we're all very good at capturing video. There's 3 billion smartphones out there. Every one of them is an HD video camera. There's 14 million GoPros, countless wearables. A quick walk down the halls at CES will show you that there's a coming wave of drones. Capturing video is not the problem. Anyone can do it. But it's what happens after that, which is where we have the problems. The reality is, for the most part, while there may be 14 million GoPros out there, as far as I can tell, I think only 6 or 7 people have actually ever edited a video that was shot on a GoPro. And we don't do much better with our smartphones either. That video just accumulates in our camera rolls, never to be used again. So this is a big problem. As the web transitions to being a video medium, there are countless solutions that are coming to the foreground to try and solve this. The first of which is sort of easy do-it-yourself editing tools. The problem is they're not very easy, and they're too hard for probably 99% of the population. The second bucket of solutions are what we call algorithmic editors. There's hundreds of these apps now out there, and the idea is that you just dump in your raw media, and the computer automatically turns that raw content into something magical. But while computers are getting pretty good at playing chess, they're still not very good at telling stories. So to show some of the problems with these algorithmic editors, we did a test here. I took a bunch of footage that I shot at a recent adventure race with some friends of mine and put it into one of these algorithmic editors just to see what would come out. So we can roll the first movie.
Use the Force.
Now that's not exactly what I had in mind. Didn't actually include any of the footage that was actually interesting from the race. But, frankly, it wasn't terrible. So then I thought, you know what? I'll take a bunch of family footage and trying to create, a nice sort of sappy piece that I can use as like a year-end content and share with my folks. So I took a bunch of videos that my wife and I shot of our kids, and I put it in the same algorithmic editor. Let's see how it did.
Use the Force.
Well, that wasn't what I was looking for. And so what we see here is the problem is that if the sole purpose of communication is to create something that uniquely embodies you and creates an emotional touch point for you to the world, the idea of putting your media into some sort of digital sausage maker simply doesn't work. So with VidMob, what we've done is we built a marketplace. The idea being that we would create an app that would make it as easy as it is to hail a car on Uber, to take those raw assets that we generated on our iPhones or in our GoPros and hand it over to a real person. Because ultimately what we believe in more than anything else is that human creativity is irreplaceable. The app launched about a month ago. It's been featured in Apple's App Store ever since. We have, I think, about 4,000 editors on there now. And let's see how one of them did with that same family footage that I sent into that app a second ago.
Something big! Got something big!
Crawfish race.
You know the Let's go, Bill! Let's go, Bill! What it's like in the night. No parenting phones. He's just sitting too close.
It's too big! It's too big. That's a big one. Biggest fish. Holy cow, it's a big one. Hold that thing up. No, that's a little better. So I'll end with this. As we move into the video world, I hope VidMob can help all of you tell your unique stories. Thank you.
Well done. The status available now, coming soon.
Available now, live in the App Store. Android coming sometime early this year.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Nicely done.